Marissa with the theumbriansewist. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is my first Friday Sews in a couple of weeks. For those of you who don't know, Friday Sews was a hashtag created by Jen in Today in Jen's Sewing Room. And the whole point is that sewists can come on a weekly basis, let you know what we've been sewing, what we plan to sew, and anything else we want to chat about. So I wasn't able to join last week because, as you can tell by my name, I live in Umbria, which is in Italy, and people will tell you that the olive oil from their region is the best, but Umbria is considered to have some of the best olive oil. And as a result, if you want to buy a house in the countryside here, you are almost guaranteed to have some olive trees planted on it. Now, our home has 100 olive trees planted on it. About 20 of them, and apologies if you're not interested, skip ahead, but I won't talk too long about this. But anyways, our property has, like I said, 100 olive trees. About 20 of them are about 25 to 30 years old. And the other 80 are substantially younger. So those are about probably 9 or 10 years old. And so the majority of the olives come from the older trees, and then the other 80, it's a bit hit or miss. So this year, as I'm sure a lot of you read in the news, we had an insanely hot summer, no rain, and frankly, given that it's almost the end of October and it's currently 24 degrees outside, and we haven't had rain for almost a month, it doesn't seem like that there's an end in sight. So the olive harvest was not the greatest. So this year we harvested 225 kilograms of olives, and that resulted in about 29 liters of oil. And the best year we ever had was 2 years ago, where we harvested 700 kilograms of olives and produced about 90-ish liters of oil. So quite a change, or quite a difference. Last year we had essentially nothing. So every year is different. We obviously, don't need 90 liters of oil. We share sort of the cost and the work with some good friends of ours here who are from Australia. And so it's quite fun every year as well. So this year it took us about 2 days to harvest. And then we took everything to our local mill up in the hills, which is pretty cool. And I will put some pictures and some footage in. I probably have been as I've been talking. But it's a really fun process, and it's not really that exhausting and that much work. So yes, that is why I was not on last week. However, I have been sewing loads. And I only know that because I write everything down, because otherwise I forget. And I've got quite a long list here. So rather than wittering on anymore, I shall get on with telling you what I got sewn up. So the first thing, I've got everything piled here. The first thing I made was for my husband. Now, if you are wondering where these plans came from, I essentially did a whole planning exercise of sewing for myself, my husband, and my son probably a month ago or so. And I made a long list, put everything with the patterns and fabric on this little daybed thing I've got here. And so when I'm ready to sew something, I don't think about matching patterns, fabric. I just pick up something in the pile and get on with it. And I also typically at the weekend will do a big cutting out session, and that enables me during the week to just get on and sew things, even if I just have 10-15 minutes here and there. And I find for myself that makes me a lot more productive, and I get a lot more done. So the first thing I made was a sweatshirt for my husband. I made the I Am a Pollen, which is a I Am pattern sweatshirt, just a typical sweatshirt. I think it's considered a slim fit sweatshirt. My husband is slim, but he is rather tall. So I make this pattern. I make the biggest size, so it's not a great size range. It goes from a bust of 35.5 to a bust of 43 3/8, hip 36 1/4 to a hip of 44. So not a great size range. And I do add an inch to the length because he is 6'2". So I made it in this beautiful French terry I believe I got from Rijs and stuff, and I put this cute little Everlecken design tag, which has little cactuses and says handle with care. But yeah, it's just a simple sort of, apologies for the color. Let me turn this. There we go. So it's sort of a navy, maybe a little lighter than a navy blue, but it's really, really nice. Very nice quality with the loop back. So I made that for him, and I do think he quite likes it. I'm talking quietly because he's in the next room. So yeah, so very simple, very, very quick and easy to sew up. And I possibly will be making some more for him. So that is the first thing. The second group is because I made 3 Nina Lee South Bank sweaters. I made 2 sweaters, or 2 tops, and 1 dress. So you can see I made 2 of this version and 1 of this version. Now I've got some pictures. I'm going to show them to you, and then I've got some pictures of me wearing them. So the first is this lovely sweater, which is made in, it's kind of a ribby knit. I say ribby because it's very, very slim rib. Beautiful quality. Bought this in the US many years ago because I haven't lived there for 4 years, and it was before that. And it was, actually, I don't even know if it's supposed to be made into clothes because it was you know, in the round. But I absolutely love it. It's beautiful quality, like I said, really soft, and really enjoyed making it. It's a fantastic pattern. I think going forward, I will add the band to the bottom because they're fine, but they're just a little bit shorter than I would like, but not at all gonna stop me from wearing them. They've got nice cuffs. This is a lovely pattern. I believe there's a 2 size ranges, but I don't know. I've got the paper pattern, which goes from a 32-inch bust to a 46-inch bust, and a 33.5-inch hip to a 47.5-inch hip, and a 24-inch waist to 38-inch waist. Now, I believe I make the size 18 or 16, cannot remember, 16. I make the size 16. Now, actually, I would say I'm a little bit bigger than a 16 in terms of the bust at the moment. I'm probably closer to the 18. But here's hoping I'm the 16 again. Fits nicely, cannot complain. Love this pattern. And so yeah, so this is my first version. I still need to cut off some fabric or thread. So yeah, it's just the first version. The second version is absolutely lovely. Just finished this. This is a really nice Ottoman rib knit that I purchased from Rijs and you can check out that fabric haul if you're interested. Yeah, again, super nice. Now, again, I would like to make this a bit longer, but I had already did a big cutting out session, so and also I wouldn't have had more of this fabric. So in future, like I said, I'm going to put the band on the bottom just because I like the look of the band and it gives it a little extra length. But this is absolutely gorgeous. I adore these and I can see myself living in them this winter. Now the last one is the sweater dress, and I shall put up some pictures, but it is made in this lovely jacquard with these chains. And my son told me I looked like a baddie wearing this because of the chains, but it's absolutely gorgeous. I purchased this from Rijs Textiles, and again, I did a fabric haul from that. It was super, super good value. I think it was like €5 or €6 a meter, and absolutely gorgeous to wear. And I've got the band on the bottom, sewed up super quick, and I really, really like wearing this. I've worn it a couple times since making it. So I'm a bit hooked, I would say. I can definitely see myself making a lot more of the South Bank sweater dress, which is this pattern, again, by Nina Lee. I think she only does PDF patterns now. So what am I wearing? These are 2 items that I just made. So hot off the press. This top is a Freya sweater with the extra turtleneck. So this is from the Tilly and the Button stretch book, and you do have, so this is the sort of the line drawings. This is with the mock neck, so I made this version. However, there is an option, which I shall show you here, I believe, to make a cowl neck option and a sort of roll neck or turtleneck, which you can see there, and that's what I did. So this is in a fabric that I have absolutely, I think I got it from my local fabric store here, but it would have been a couple of years ago maybe. I want to say there's definitely some viscose content. There's definitely elastane. I have no idea the composition. The fabric store around here is very much a sort of dead stock warehouse, so you really don't fully know what you're getting. But yeah, it has elastane. I think there's viscose because it is kind of drapey, but it's incredibly soft and comfortable. So the next thing I made, which I'm wearing, and I shall pan down, are a pair of Hudson pants. Now, the Hudson pants, I think, come in 2 size ranges. This is the 0 to 18, so waist of 26 to a 38.5, hip 34, going up to a hip of 46.5. Now I shall sort of pan over and down, stand back. So now I would like to say I will not intend to wear these together, but you can tell it is exactly the same fabric. And these are so soft and so comfortable. I used a very dark navy ribbing for the pocket details, the waistband, and the cuffs. And yeah, what can I say? They are really nice pair of Hudson pants. And yes, with being cozy and comfortable in mind, they're absolutely lovely. And yeah, so I had intended to make the pants out of this. And then when I saw that I had more fabric, I decided to make the top, which, like I said, I will not wear together. However, I wanted to get the fabric used up, so I have room to buy more. Now, next, I had a couple pairs of leggings in my work in progress, which were almost done. Now, I started the Couch to 5K and I'm in week 5. So tomorrow I'm doing a 20-minute run, no stopping. Anyway, I'm really enjoying it. It's crazy how your body just changes and adapts and you're not exhausted. And anyways, I sort of only had one pair of leggings to exercise, and then I remembered that I had these two. This is the first one, and this is the second, pairs of leggings almost done in my work in progress. Now, these leggings, and I shall put a picture up of me, I think I'm wearing, yes, I'll put a picture up. But these leggings are a super cool pattern and fabric combo. So what you do is, or what this Polish company does, which is not easy for me to pronounce, is you basically buy your size and then the fabric you want, and it comes printed in pattern pieces on the fabric. So basically the pattern is only, the fabric's white, and then this sort of pattern pieces are printed in fabric. So all you have to do is cut it out and sew. And these are them. Super fun. My son is slightly embarrassed when I take him to school wearing these, but apparently these are not as embarrassing as the Galaxy version, which is what I had a picture of, which hopefully you can see. I think they're quite fun because, you know, fun to express yourself. But yeah, they're super comfortable, excellent quality Lycra. And I shall link the store below. They're sort of bringing out more and more new patterns that they do this with. And they have a thermal Lycra, which is great for the winter. So that's slightly thicker than this. So I may be investing in a pair or two of those. But anyways, that was good to get those done in the works in progress. The next two items are for my son. and I made 2 pairs of the Sinclair pattern Runberry joggers. Now, as you can see by the line drawings, there's lots of different options. I've made these quite a few times before. This time I just made a very simple, without pockets, without the accent. This is a great pattern. It goes from, has a pretty big age range. Let's see, what is it? Comes in a basic fit and a slim fit. Now my son, I would say, is a slim fit, but luckily I printed off the regular fit because it definitely, you wouldn't want any slimmer. So they don't really say the size, it's mainly by height. So it's a really, really good range. It goes from height of 80 to a height of 164. Now my son is 7, he is quite tall, and he's 131. So I made him the size M. So there's a good 5 sizes on top of, in addition to that. So I have a lot of use out of this. I wanted to make him just some simple solid color pants. So I will show those to you. And they're right here. Okay. So very simple. These are French terry because obviously in theory it's going to get colder here. But honestly, my son is still wearing shorts to school. Super nice cuffs, nice waistband with elastic. But again, it's just beautiful, beautiful fabric. I cannot remember where I got this. It was either Mikey, no. It was either the Polish fabric store that starts with a D, or it was Dries and Stoffen. I cannot remember. And then this is the other pair, really pretty blue. So yeah, not much more to say about these. They sew up super quick and yeah, really nice. So the last thing I got sewn up was a pattern test. So I think I mentioned this in my last Friday sews, but basically it is a vest. It is this particular vest by Stained Patterns. And they were extending the size range and I believe the cup range. So, yeah, so you can see here, well, it's probably a lot of information, but they've got sort of 2 cup sizes here and here. And yeah, so a B cup and a D cup. And so I thought that would be fun to sew up. Now, it was an involved sew. That's all I can tell you. And here it is, okay? So I'll unbutton it. So it's not lined, and so I decided to take the time and basically bias bind all the seams. Now this seam here is because I'm screwed up, okay? And I didn't have enough fabric, but I don't think you can tell. Now, the pattern is intended, now I obviously will be putting up pictures, to have little pockets here. So you can see here, these pockets. Now I will be honest and say I, for the life of me, could not figure out the directions. And as a result, there are no pockets. However, don't believe I would have used the pockets. Now, I like it. Can I think of like a situation where I would wear it? I'd like to think I would. I could wear it with this, but I don't know if I would. Let me pan down here. But yeah, it's a nice, very nice. I used coconut buttons. I think it fits very nicely. It's got, you know, this curved sort of seam here, which adds some nice shaping. So I would say I really like it. It was a very lengthy sew. And at times I was losing the will a little bit, but mainly because I'm used to sewing up a lot of knit things, which take maybe an hour. So I did really enjoy it. It's got some nice pleats on the back, which you can see here. But like I said, I was baffled by the pockets. And yeah, but I am very pleased. Very pleased with the precision, the clean finish, and I'm sure that I will wear it at some point. But yeah, you know, it made me think of being younger, because I think I really liked the idea of like a waistcoat. And I do really like it, but I'm not convinced, which I suspect you can tell. Now, that is everything I got made up. I'm almost at 20 minutes, so I'm going to try to speed up. I would like to tell you about one thing that I got this week, and it was from the lovely Adam Sews. This beautiful new pattern that he's brought out, which is a trio of pouches. And yeah, it's a lovely pattern. Now, I'm very excited about this pattern in particular because we are coming up to the Gift to November. Gift to November? Yes. Challenge coming up starting on the 1st of November. I'm very excited about this challenge. I'm one of the vloggers, so I'm going to be doing my video towards the end of the month, but I already have planned the video, so I'm very excited. And I think I'm gonna have to make an addition with this because what a wonderful gift to basically anyone. You could give it to a kid for pencils and pens and cars. You could give makeup, sewing gift items. So I just thought that was such a lovely, versatile pattern. Well done, Adam. I love this pattern. So I'm really excited to get started on that. And also, I'm so close to 1,000 subscribers, I just noticed. And I want to say thank you to everyone who, well, is still watching the video. That's quite a feat. But also thank you to everyone who has liked and subscribed to my videos. I'm almost coming up to a year. It will be early December that I have been putting out videos. This is my 51st video. Funny how time flies. So thank you to anyone who has subscribed and liked. And if you haven't, I'd love for you to subscribe so I can get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm planning a 1,000 subscriber giveaway. So if you want to share this with any of your sewing friends who might be interested in my channel, I would love it if you would do that. To finish off, I'll tell you what I'm planning for this week. I am planning to plow through my list more. So the first thing I'm going to make is this lovely new pattern, which is Salt Air Cardigan by Waves and Wild. They actually just brought out the adult versions. Now, I love their patterns. However, let's be honest, I have a lot of cardigan patterns, and a lot of them are actually on my list to make, and I need to get those made before I purchase anything else. But for my son, this was absolutely perfect because I did have a cardigan pattern for him, but actually he just outgrew it. So it's perfect. And I'm going to make it in this lovely monster truck fabric. So I've already cut it out. And so I suspect it will sew up nice and quick. So I'm gonna get that made. The next thing I am going to make, and I'm sorry, everything's back here, is the Penelope Pinafore by Waves and Wild. And I'm gonna use this lovely corduroy, black corduroy fabric that I've had in my stash for quite a while. I was gonna use a different fabric, but I think I need some sort of thicker, warmer fabrics, even though it's not warm at all. But eventually it will be. This is a lovely pattern that I've seen lots of lovely makes. I've had it for a while. Their patterns are fantastic. They go from an XXS to a 5X. And I really like the tie detail at the top. So I'm gonna hopefully get that sewn up. The next item that I'm super excited to sew up is this beautiful pattern from Fiber Mood, which is the Freaka sweater. I like this little tie detail, and I'm gonna make it out of this absolutely gorgeous French terry. This I got from Rijs Textiles, and you can see possibly that the loop back is on the outside with the pattern, and I just can't wait to get that made up for when it is actually cold, and I need an extra layer. So 2 more things. I have no idea if I'll get all these done this week, but here's plans. I'm gonna make the Metra blazer. I am absolutely not going to make that one. I'm probably gonna make this one. And this is a cool pattern, I think, because it's meant for stable knits. It comes in an XS to a 5X. And I'm going to make this in this kind of funky scuba with these very cool black, blue, and orange colors. And I just thought that would be absolutely perfect with a black turtleneck underneath, which I already have. And yeah, just extra layer of warmth, and also looks a bit smart. And I may be doing this as a collaboration with someone, so watch this space. I'm talking quick now. The last item is for my son, and it is the Dashing Vest by Love Notion Patterns. This comes in a 12-month to 14-year. It's made for knit, and I had some of this left over, which I made a disastrous dress in. Didn't fit at all, but I really like this fabric. Sounds like a pin just fell on the ground. But yes, I have definitely enough of this to make him a vest, and I thought that looked super cool. I really like the black and the blue together, and it's incredibly soft. And I thought in a vest that would look great. I need a cup of tea and chill now. But yes, thank you for joining me today. Yeah, thanks for subscribing. As I said, I can't believe that it's almost a year and that I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers. So I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I hope you have lots of time to sew. I hope the weather is as nice where you are as it is here, and happy Halloween to all of those who are celebrating. Have a good one. Bye.